So over the last couple of days, we have been talking nonstop about Season 3. Some new information came out that apparently there's a lot more at stake with this update than we think, and this could definitely result in Call of Duty shutting down Warzone servers, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, the shutdown, when it's going to happen, if it does, and what the details are. So if you do find the video informative at any point, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. A quick reminder, I am doing an operator bundle giveaway. If you want a chance to win one of those, all you got to do is comment down below your Activision ID and which bundle you want. The next winner will be picked this upcoming weekend. And then a reminder that I have uploaded a lot of Season 3 related news, the Clover Craze event. So if you've missed any of those details, I'll have them linked down in the description. Definitely big topics you should be informed on. But let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing that we have is today's brand new update. So this week's featured playlist includes Small Map Mosh Pit, Bullet 24/7, Nuketown 24/7, Prop Hunt, Gunfight, and a brand new mode called Endurance Mosh Pit. What this does is it allows you to play any respawn mode for a longer duration. So what they do here says Mosh Pit of 6v6 respawn modes with increased score and time limits for increased fun. It's small scale maps, domination, hardpoint, kill confirmed, and TDM, and then 12 players max in these modes. So that was the first thing. Now another update that took place, this was actually a silent update a couple days ago. PC players ended up getting around a 2 to 3 gigabyte download. It looks like that was probably for the Ricochet. No patch notes dropped in regards to what this update was for, and console players didn't get it. So it seems like it could have been for the anti-cheat. Typically when they do updates like these, they're to try to catch cheaters off guard, so they're not going to tell you what they did with the anti-cheat. At least that's what I'm hoping it was for, because they didn't mention anything about that, and usually the silent updates are meant for that. So it looks like they're hard at work trying to get that anti-cheat properly fixed and working for this next massive update. But Call of Duty Endowment also posted this over on Twitter, so this is the next topic. It says, "We are so back, Endeavor through the darkness with the comeback of the Call of Duty Endowment Endeavor Tracer Pack, featuring 2 animated weapon blueprints, a finishing move spray, and more. It is now available at callofduty.com/endeavor. So this bundle is now officially back, and you can purchase that, and 100% of Activision's net proceeds go to Call of Duty Endowment for purchasing this bundle. So if you'd like to support, you can also do that, but I'll have that link down in the description if you're interested in it. Now let's talk about the major topic that we have for today. As we know, the Season 3 update was delayed because they just weren't ready and weren't prepared to drop what I guess they had at the moment. There were some finishing touches, some tests that probably need to be done, and some bugs that needed to be corrected before the update could drop. So now we have to wait until April 3rd, which is exactly 4 weeks from today, and that's when we're going to get the update going live at 9 a.m. Now the problem is we didn't know how big this update was until just recently. We know that obviously Verdansks is coming in, they're bringing in new maps, a new battle pass, similar things like you would see with every other season, right? But this update has a lot more at stake, especially on a corporate level, because what they're trying to do here is bring back as many players as they possibly can with the release of this update, and that's the entire goal. So if they're not able to do that, then there's going to be some bad things that are going to happen, and we're going to talk about that later. But the point is, the goal is to replicate Fortnite's OG, and that day that Fortnite brought back the OG map was actually a day that they broke their record for having over 44.7 million players logging on to try this update, and 102 million hours played, all in the first day of the launch of this update. So it broke records for Fortnite. It was one of the most successful things that they did. So as soon as Call of Duty and Activision saw that, they were like, all right, we got to bring back Verdansk, and they pretty much canceled Avalon. So Avalon was the next big Warzone map that was supposed to release, and they decided, you know what, we're going to bring back Verdansk because we're trying to replicate these numbers. We want to see players come back. Warzone has steadily declined over the last couple of years. We saw the massive decrease in numbers during the month of December, even at the start of January, where players just stopped playing the game overall, and the content was stale, and they were moving on to other things. So that's what they're trying to do here with this update. So there's more at stake than just bringing in some maps or some battle passes, like typical standard seasonal stuff. Now, according to Ghost of Hope, the reason why is because they're actually debating on shutting down Warzone servers. According to his insider information, Activision has a set goal in mind for the number of players and the success that they want to see with Verdansk, and if that goal is not met, then they will actually quit working on Warzone and completely shut down the servers and no longer work on creating a Warzone. So similar to how the Warzone 1 servers shut down, although they shut them down to make the second one, this time around it'll shut down and there won't be a new Warzone. The game will just completely stop. Call of Duty will no longer offer any sort of battle royale, and what the main focus is going to be is multiplayer. Now remember, Call of Duty hasn't officially said this. Something like this is not going to be announced by Call of Duty. This comes from Ghost of Hope's insider. I definitely believe this information because he has a very good track record. He leaked a lot of Urzikstan details before the map release. He was giving us insider information for Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and all that information has been very accurate so far, so I don't think he's going to start lying now, and this is definitely something that Call of Duty is probably thinking about. Warzone hasn't been successful for quite a while now. It's had major problems and issues. They can't get the anti-cheat working properly. Players are not really playing the game. There's more complaint than there is players actually enjoying the game, and I think it's maybe gotten to the point for them where they're like, all right, you know what, how about we just cut out Battle Royale and then focus on multiplayer titles. Now the problem is they're not gonna actually bring more content to multiplayer like a lot of people assume. So if Battle Royale no longer exists, it doesn't mean that the seasonal updates are just gonna include more content for multiplayer. The only thing that's gonna happen is there will be more layoffs that will be dropping, like Raven Software. A lot of devs who work on Warzone are probably gonna get laid off, and I don't think that's a good thing at all. And obviously Call of Duty and Activision, they're gonna go the most cost efficient route, and that's to lay off everyone who worked on the Warzone side of things. But at the moment, they mentioned this is something that is very possible to happen, but it'll only happen depending on the success of Verdansk. If players come back and actually play it, Warzone becomes successful and people continuously play on it for months and months, then it'll stay. But if it doesn't, then this year will potentially be the last year that we get Call of Duty Warzone. And they said with the launch of Call of Duty 2026, which is Modern Warfare 4, they're gonna no longer support that, and it's just gonna be back to the way that it was before Warzone release. Now I personally think if they want Warzone to be successful, make it its own standalone game, so it no longer part of Call of Duty HQ. It's something that's not tied to whatever current Call of Duty is available at the moment, because we're always in a loop where a new Call of Duty will come out. This in return will bring in new features and quality of life updates and things like that to Warzone. That will result in many different bugs and problems, and it'll take them around like 6 months to figure everything out, solve these bugs, and fix the game to where it's actually playable. And then guess what? A brand new Call of Duty comes out, and then we're back into that same exact loop again where there's more problems, and then we have to wait another 6 months for them to fix them, and then we keep going. So I think if they make their own standalone Warzone game, its own movement system, its own features, its own quality of life updates, and they continuously do updates like seasonal content to it, to where they're bringing in new stuff. Maybe for example like COD Mobile, they have consistent seasonal updates. Theirs is completely standalone, and that game is very, very successful. And even when you go on the Call of Duty website, you'll see that they get their own blog posts, they cover their own seasonal roadmap and the content, they get their own set of everything. And if Call of Duty did that for Warzone, where maybe say Black Ops 6 would get season 3 during the month of April, and then Warzone, because it's its own standalone game, maybe they're on like season 7, and then they get their seasonal 7 update during the month of March, players who play both will be very happy because they're going to have content to enjoy on multiplayer. When they get bored of that, they can jump into the new battle pass or the new details for Warzone and the new content there, and it could be consistent updates like that. But let me know, do you guys think this would be a much better idea than them shutting down the Warzone servers? But what are your thoughts and opinions? Do you think Verdansk is going to be as successful as they think it is? Do you think people are going to actually play this game and consistently stay on it? Or is it going to be one of those types of updates like the launch of BO6 where everyone will load in, try it out, and then leave, and then the numbers will decline yet again? But I'll keep you guys up to date as we get more information. This is definitely something very, very big, especially for those of you who are Warzone only players. I know many of you guys probably won't buy multiplayer if that ends up happening. You're probably just going to move on and play other games. But anyways, that's all that I got for you guys here in today's video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Do you think Warzone will end up shutting down, or do you think that they can make it something standalone and they can actually revive this battle royale and make it as good as it was when it first launched? But that's all they got for you guys in this one. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been your boy Trinzo, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back again. Peace.